Hello students. So students, in previous video I taught you how can we write the formula of any mononuclear coordination compound, where I told some rules which apply during the writing of any coordination formula of any coordination compound. So today we will discuss how can we make the IUPAC naming of any coordination compound, and this class is very important for you and your board examination as well as your competitive examination. So students, our today's topic is IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compound. You can say this one coordination entity, coordination complexes, whatever you want. So students, IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. Here, when we write the name of IUPAC name of any coordination compound, then we must have to follow some rules. According to those rules, we can write. We able to write the name of any coordination compound. So what are those rules? So sir, let us discuss the rules one by one. What is the first rule, sir? Rules for making the IUPAC naming of any coordination compounds. So first rule is, listen carefully, everyone. What is the first rule? The first rule is, there is a two kind of the coordination compounds which we have known. That one is the first one. We know the coordination compound. So students, we have already discussed there are two kind of the coordination compounds which may ionize or which may not. That means what? Ionic coordination compound and non-ionic coordination compounds. So everyone knows that what? Everyone knows that the ionic compound gives the respective ions cation and anion. Cation as well as anion. If we take the example for understanding the rule, this rule. So let us take the example. Suppose this one, K4FeCN6. It is a ionic, or you can say ionizable coordination compound which gives the two respective ions. That one is the 4K plus and one complex anion. That one is this one. So here you can see that this one is the cation and this one is the anion. Okay, students, this one is the cation and this one is the anion. And if any coordination compound undergo ionization, if any coordination compound undergoes the what? Ionization, then it will give what? Cation and anion. Everyone knows. So during the IUPAC naming of the coordination compound which are ionizable, then we write first the cation, the name of cation, and after the anion. Always we follow the rule. We write the name. We firstly write the name of cation and after then anion. Suppose this one, the complex. Suppose the complex is a cation. Suppose the complex is cation, like this. You can see here the complex. Complex is anion. Here you can see that the complex is cation, and here 3-chloride and which is anion. So whatever the cation or anion, it may be complex or simple, you must have to follow what? To write the IUPAC name of the any coordination compound, you must have to follow to write the name. First we have to write the name of the first, we firstly name the cations and after then the anions, and after then the anions, and this rule we follow always. What, sir? During the naming of any coordination compound, we write firstly the name of the cation and after then the anion. So what is the name of this compound, sir? You can write here potassium hexa cyanoferrate second. Here you can see the potassium, that one is the cation. Is named first, and after then the anion. Whatever the anion may be complex or simple form. So if we take the another example like this, what? We write the cation, name of the cation. What is the name of cation? So here you can hexaamine cobalt third chloride. You can see here the complex is cation. So we write the what? We write the name of the cation first and then anion. The cation may be complex or may be simple. The anion may be complex or may be simple. So students, first of all, you must remember that if any coordination compound is ionic in nature, then there is two respective ions are produced. That one is the cation and anion. And during the naming of the IUPAC of any coordination compound, we must have to follow the rule. What? Sir, during the naming of the IUPAC of any coordination compound, we write the name of the cation first and then the anion. This one is your first rule. So students, what is the next rule? Sir, the next rule is for non-ionic coordination complexes. For the non-ionic coordination complexes, those complexes which do not give any cation or anion, which do not give any ions, are known as what? Non-ionic. So for non-ionic coordination complexes like this one, NH3, the whole thrice of NH3, Cl, BrCl, here you can see this complex do not undergo ionization. That's why during the naming of non-ionizable compounds, we take one word for their naming. How so? Sir, we write their name in one word. Those compounds which are non-ionic in nature or non-ionizable, we write their name in one word for their IUPAC name. That's why, what is the name? The name is triamine bromido, chlorido, iodido, cobalt third. And listen, there is no gap in the naming of their coordination compound in their naming simply. So, and you also see there the name is in one word. So in the naming of the non-coordination or non-ionic coordination complexes, we follow the rule. That one is what? We write their name in one word without any gap, without any space. Is this clear? Okay. What is the third rule, sir? What is the third rule? If we tell or if we talk about the third rule, so what is the third rule? When we write the name of any coordination compound, when we write the IUPAC name of any coordination compound, then what? Then there is a two kind of the molecule or ion or species are present inside the coordination sphere. So what are that species? They are metal ion and they are the ligand. That's it. There are the two kind of the molecules are present inside the coordination sphere. That one is the metal ion, and for the mononuclear coordination complexes. And I have already told you that. What is the mononuclear coordination complexes? So those complexes in which only one central metal ion is present is known as mononuclear, or polynuclear, or dinuclear, or binuclear, in which the more than one kind of the or more than one central metal ligand are present is known as what? Dinuclear. So here we are going with the mononuclear coordination compound. Always here whenever I talk about the coordination complex or naming of the coordination complexes, we are going with the mononuclear coordination complexes. Mononuclear coordination complexes. So what is the third rule, sir? Let's come to the point. What is the third rule? Third rule is your what? Sir, during the naming of the IUPAC, during the IUPAC naming of any coordination compound, we write the ligand, the name of the ligand first. We write what? Sir, the name of the ligands are written first, and then what? And after then we write the metal ion. You can see the number of the examples here. I have written what? So here the ligand is cyno, hexacyno, and here you can see the ligand is amine. You can see the ligand is amine, and I have written there the name of the amine first, and then what? Then the metal ion. And you can see also here we write when we write the name of the non-ionizable or ionizable coordination complexes, we write the name of the ligand first. We write the name of the ligand first, and after then what? Metal ion. After then metal ion. So simply the third rule is your what? Sir, when we make the IUPAC name of any coordination compound, then we write the name of the ligand first, and after then what? Metal ion. And after then metal ion. That's it. This one is your third rule. And where I told you that what? Sir, when we write the name or when we make the IUPAC name of any coordination compound, then we follow that what? We write the name of the ligand first, and after then the metal ion. You can see the number of examples I have given here. What? Here the ferrate is the metal ion which is written after what? After the ligand. So what is the fourth rule? What is fourth rule for the making of IUPAC name? Sir, the fourth rule is according to naming of the IUPAC naming. The fourth rule is if there is a number of the ligands, which are different in their kind, then we follow the alphabetical order. To write their IUPAC name. So students, if there is a number of the ligands which are present in their different kind, then we write the alphabetical order. Here you can see it is started with what? A, and here bromine is started with B, and chlorine is started with C, and iodine is started with I. So during the naming of, and when we write the name of the IUPAC name of this complex, then we follow the alphabetical order for the naming of the ligands. Like how? Triamine. Here the prefix. You must have to neglect the prefix. Tri, tetra, di, penta, hexa, whatever. So amine, bromido, chlorido, iodido. Here you can see that we followed what? We have followed that the alphabetical order to write their IUPAC name. That's it. So student, the fourth rule is alphabetical order. And what is the here you can see the ligand name first and then cation or metal ion. So what is the fifth rule? Fifth rule is when according to fifth rule, the oxidation number of metal ion, which are possessed by itself in their coordination compound, is written in Roman numeral. You can see here when I written the name of I wrote the name of what? The coordination compound. Then we write the oxidation number of central metal ion. Then then what? Then I wrote the oxidation number of central metal ion in Roman numeral. You can see here, you can see here also, you can see here also. So whatever the oxidation number of the central metal ion is present with in the coordination compound, we write their coordination number, oxidation number in the form of the Roman numeral after the name of the metal ion, or metal atom, whatever. So students, fifth rule is Roman numeral, the oxidation number. Oxidation number is in Roman numeral. Roman numeral. So what is the sixth rule? What is the sixth rule? So sixth rule is the naming of the ligand. Sixth rule is the naming of the ligand, which I will tell you in next video. For today, this is enough. So students, do the practice in your for your homework. So the next rule, that one is the sixth rule, naming of the ligand. Sixth rule is the naming of the ligand. How can we name, or how can we write the name of the ligand during the naming of IUPAC name of the coordination compound? This thing we will discuss in next video. This is enough for today. Thank you.